Halo guys, kembali lagi ke Wilson WGGM. Nah, sekarang aku mau membahas tentang Lego Raiden Mei, Herrscher of Thunder. Inilah Herrscher of Thunder. Nah, ini adalah bikinanku yang sudah lama, yang sudah 1 tahun yang lalu di 2020. Kemudian aku juga memainkan gamenya, dan ini pertama kali aku bikin video tentang Lego Honkai Impact. Oke, yuk lanjut. Sebelum melanjutkannya, alangkah baiknya subscribe, jangan lupa like, dan juga jangan lupa komen di bawah. Oke, sebelum si Raiden Mei ini menjadi Herrscher, dia hanya seperti orang biasa, ya, hidup normal dan sebagainya. Lalu untuk ceritanya sendiri nanti aku akan taruh di video ini juga.
Greetings, Captain. Welcome back to Honkai Operations Center. In recent stories of Honkai Impact 3rd, Mei has been the center of stage. She returned to the city of Nagazora, regained her herrscher powers, and once again became the Queen of Thunder. How did this heiress of a multi-billion-dollar corporation turn into a herrscher? What did she experience and witness? To answer these questions, we have divided Mei's journey into 4 parts: Origins, Valkyrie, Arc Fugitive, and Returning to Nagazora. Mei Raiden was born on April 13, 1997 in the city of Nagazora. Her father, Ryoma Raiden, was the head of Massive Electric Corporation. Mei's mother, however, passed away when she was young, and her name remained a mystery. Mei was enrolled in the elite high school of Chiba Academy. Only children of rich, powerful, and connected people could hope to study there. And Mei Raiden happened to be one of them, and she was so much more. She was beautiful, tall, and intelligent. Everyone in school idolized her. But this didn't last forever. Disaster struck ME Corp that her father owned. Ryoma Raiden became a criminal, guilty of economic fraud, and went missing to avoid arrest. Mei's life was turned upside down. Her classmates and even teachers turned cold and ostracized her. That was when she learned that their friendship and adulation were only reserved for her family fortune and prestige, and those had disappeared when her father ran away. Left alone to face an uncaring world, Mei soon became extremely jaded and started hearing a voice echoing in the darkness. It promised terrible powers. This world deserves to be destroyed. She chose to become a herrscher and ignited the 2014 Honkai outbreak in Nagazora. Millions died as a result. While Mei reveled in her new powers, a mysterious silver-haired transfer student named Kiana Kaslana suddenly appeared to stop her. Instead of trying to kill Mei for destroying the city, Kiana appealed to her human conscience. With her help, Mei successfully subdued the herrscher within, and Kiana quickly became a close friend. The 2 girls met Bronya, and the 3 of them worked together to flee the stricken city. They were then taken into custody by Himiko, a Valkyrie of Shiksal's Far East branch. Teresa Apocalypse, who's in charge of the Far East branch, used all her powers and resources to enroll the 3 girls into her own Valkyrie training school, St. Freya High. And that was Mei Raiden, an ex-heiress once worth billions who lost both her parents, became ostracized, acquired herrscher powers, destroyed a city, met two very good friends, and started training to become a Valkyrie and defend the world against the Honkai. Mei was ever fearful of the Honkai within her and agreed to let Himeko implant a heart bomb. The bomb has a sensor that will start a countdown if it detects herrscher impulses within Mei. During her training, Mei and her friends Kiana and Bronya took on many missions that included stopping an ancient Honkai monster, Chiyo, and recovering a runaway battleship known as the Selene. Mei also demonstrated her superb cooking abilities. She even learned to play video games. But things would once again turn for the worst. Shortly after graduating as fully minted Valkyries, Mei, Kiana, and Bronya were sent to Shikshal's Oceania branch to recover a herrscher core, the Gem of Desire. The gem was placed in an ex-Valkyrie named Wendy, who served as its human vessel. But Wendy eventually lost control and became a herrscher herself. While the young Valkyries battled Wendy, Kokolia from Shiksal's rival faction of Anti-Entropy ambushed them, using a brain chip implant to control Bronya and capture both Wendy and Mei. While Mei was held as a prisoner to be experimented upon for her herrscher powers, Bronya chose to sacrifice herself by burning out her brain chip so that Kiana and the others could rescue Mei and escape. Mei soon realized that her friends often suffered grievously just to save her. A sense of helplessness and a matching desire to get stronger began to grow in her heart. That wasn't the end of the bad news. As Teresa and the Far East branch worked around the clock to wake Bronya from her coma, Shiksal overseer Auto Apocalypse suddenly abducted Kiana and took her to his secret headquarters. It turned out that the overseer always had a secret plan of reviving a herrscher known for her burning hatred against humanity. Mei, once hopeful that she could protect the world as a Valkyrie, realized that she simply wasn't strong enough. Bronya went into a coma to save her, Kiana was kidnapped, and her ultimate superior, Auto Apocalypse, turned out to be a scheming supervillain who would soon unleash a terrible Honkai disaster upon the entire planet. Once again, Mei's life entered another pivotal moment. Kiana was revealed to be an artificial clone designed by Auto that served one purpose only: to serve as a vessel to Sirin, the second herrscher who was defeated in the year 2000. To rescue Kiana and stop the impending Honkai eruption, Teresa of the Far East branch rebelled against Overseer Auto. Mei also became part of the alliance forged by Teresa and Anti-Entropy. And together they fought their way into the headquarters of Shiksal itself. While battle raged, Sirin began to stir in her slumber. The second herrscher gradually assumed control over Kiana's body and summoned a horde of Honkai beasts. To help clear the way to the possessed Kiana, Teresa decided to remove the heart bomb from Mei. Mei was grateful for Teresa's trust. Armed with the power of the herrscher within, she easily defeated numerous enemies. But all her struggles were in vain. When the rebels stepped into the heart of Shiksal, Sirin's persona had already succeeded in fully possessing Kiana. A terrible battle followed. Sirin tore away the Gem of Conquest from Mei's body and acquired even greater powers. The brutal removal of the herrscher core also took Mei out of the fight. Just when all hope was lost, Himeko entered into the fray and bravely fought Sirin. Her selfless fight gave everyone the time they needed to escape. Teresa and the exhausted rebels withdrew from Shiksal. They failed to stop Auto and Sirin and became fugitives on the run. The Battle of Shiksal was yet another blow in Mei's life. She couldn't save her best friend. Sirin even took Mei's core, gaining greater powers to wreak havoc on the entire planet. And in the face of such an enemy, Mei's only option was to flee. Having been on the run for 4 months, Teresa came across witness reports of Kiana at Arc City, located in Shenzhou. Teresa, Bronya, and Mei tried contacting an intel dealer named Grey Serpent. Instead, they came across the Ningyo, a cyborg girl who might know Kiana's whereabouts. But Shiksal's agent Rita suddenly appeared and defeated the 3 fugitives. They were forced to retreat with the Ningyo. The bad news was that the Ningyo no longer had any useful data after being formatted by Rita. Mei, who felt she had been performing poorly in battle, asked Dr. Tesla to make her an augmented battlesuit to work better with her residual herrscher powers. Meanwhile, the fugitives also decided to split their forces in two. Teresa would respond to Kokolia's request and head to the Deep, located in the Pacific, to retrieve the Gem of Desire. May and Tesla would return to AE headquarters with the Helios to repair the Ningyo for data salvaging and locate Kiana's whereabouts. While May and Tesla worked on the Ningyo, the cyborg suddenly conveyed a message from Rita. Rita revealed that Kiana was indeed in Arc City to investigate a mysterious serpent-backed company. Kiana even agreed to form a temporary alliance with Rita. But Rita soon walked into a world serpent trap and lost her S-rank Valkyrie powers. Kiana was also captured by the world serpent. With little options left, Rita thus decided to call May for support. Though suspicious of Rita, May would not give up any chance of reuniting with Kiana and went back to Arc City eventually. May was also surprised that Rita did not lie and even tried working with her. May did get what she wanted, reuniting with Kiana. She asked her friend to return to the Hyperion. However, Kiana chose to stay in Arc to stop the World Serpent from creating an artificial Honkai eruption in the city. A World Serpent mercenary named Raven tried to stop Kiana, and the two girls fought her off, only to realize that Raven succeeded in delaying them. A wounded May could only see her friend tapping into the Forbidden Void powers to send the detonating Honkai reactor away from the city and save millions of people. Kiana passed out from overexerting herself and fell. Her deadly descent was stopped by a tree that sprouted from a lance. May rushed forward to save her friend, only to find out that Durandal, the most powerful S-rank Valkyrie of Schicksal, had arrived first. And this Valkyrie was ordered to take Kiana away. No matter how hard May fought, she couldn't stop Durandal. Once again, the cruel hands of fate tore them apart. The attempted reunion with Kiana at Arc City only deepened May's angst. She was too weak to stop Schicksal, and her weakness allowed them to take Kiana. Though imprisoned at Schicksal's Vemur Labs in North Africa, Kiana managed to escape during the chaos caused by a World Serpent attack. She used her Void powers again and teleported herself to Nagazora, the place where she first met May. Dr. Tesla detected the energy fluctuations from Kiana's teleportation, and thus the fugitives headed toward the city that was destroyed by the Honkai eruption 3 years ago. May and Tesla arrived at the city ruins and tried looking for Kiana. Instead, they found scavenging children living in shelters who survived the Honkai disaster. And the sensei protector of these children who helped build their shelters was none other than Raven, the World Serpent mercenary that May fought in Arc City. When facing rising sea levels and Honkai resurgence, and also due to her need to protect the children, May agreed to set aside hostilities and join forces with Raven. Together, they located Kiana's whereabouts and even defeated the Honkai dragon Benares that was trying to protect its queen. Then Raven revealed her intent for coming to Nagazora. She wanted to kill Kiana and end the threat of the Honkai she poses. Nevertheless, Raven gave May a chance to stop herself. May drew her blade without hesitation and ended her brief alliance with Raven. But without her Herrscher gem, May was no match against Raven. The mercenary even scoffed at her, calling her no different than an ordinary human. May knew that Raven would kill Kiana once she was defeated. She decided to sacrifice herself and started concentrating Honkai energy within her. Raven was shocked. She just witnessed a coreless ex-Herrscher releasing a sudden burst of terrible power. She therefore allowed May to take Kiana away. After enduring many battles and defeats, May was finally able to bring Kiana home. But then Dr. Tesla told her the bad news. The 3 Herrscher cores within Kiana had overloaded her body with Honkai infection. She had less than 2 months to live. May found herself utterly helpless after hearing the bad news. She also found that Kiana had lost several senses and could not even taste the food she cooked. The World Serpent, however, was well aware of the relationship between May and Kiana. Kevin Kaslana, the sire of the World Serpent, met May in person. He was a previous era survivor and lauded as their most powerful warrior. Kevin promised May that the World Serpent could save Kiana's life, and that would require May to simply become a Honkai Herrscher once again. Once May became a Herrscher, one of the Herrscher cores infecting Kiana would dissipate and reappear in May instead, greatly reducing Kiana's infection. but May would have to leave Kiana and join the World Serpent to ensure that their grand project succeeds. And when Project Stigma successfully reforms the human race and defeats the Honkai, Kiana would no longer have to sacrifice herself to protect the world. To save her dying friend, May accepted the Serpent's offer without hesitation. And shortly after making her choice, a channel into the Sea of Quanta suddenly appeared in Nagazora. It turned out that Otto had fired the second divine key to create a channel right through the sea. And this was only possible because of the deal that Kevin and Otto made a few days ago. Kevin told May that she should take this chance to absorb Honkai energy seeping from Nagazora and complete her metamorphosis. Everything that began in Nagazora would end in the same city. 3 years ago, Kiana stopped May from becoming a herrscher, and the two girls became best friends. And now, May has decided to become a herrscher once more, just to save Kiana. When the transformation is complete, May will have to betray her friends and join forces with the enemy. But that's the price she needs to pay. Entering the darkness is the only way she can return Kiana to bliss.
Oke. Untuk nanti videonya sudah dilihat tuh. Nah, ceritanya. Lalu untuk detail bikinan aku ya cukup detail. Di pedangnya, terus di ya entah apa namanya ini, lengan besarnya aku kurang tahu juga sih, cuman aku bikin saja gitu. Lalu untuk nanti dragonnya ditunggu saja. Oke? Sampai jumpa di video selanjutnya. Bye bye.